Drupalize.Me.
So to kick off our tour, we're going to start on Drupal.org. This is the main website where you can download Drupal. You find the main community documentation, news of what's going on. It's where you find all the contributed modules and such. This is the site that most people are most familiar with. Another very, very useful site is groups.drupal.org, where the community can kind of get together in smaller groups on various topics or based on geographical locations. But basically, when people want to get together and work on a very specific thing, they come to groups.drupal.org and join an existing group or create a new group. And it's sort of like a fancier forums, as it were. We also have this events link, which lists all the various events that are going on in the Drupal community. So you can see it's listed tomorrow, later this week. It starts with where we are now. You can limit this list though, like say I want to just see Drupal camps that are happening. And so again, it's just a quick, easy way to see what's going on around the world in the Drupal community. Another way to look at this is as an actual calendar, if the listing doesn't work so well for you. So if you go to the bottom and click the View as Calendar link, and again, I want to limit this. I don't need every single event everywhere. Let me just look at Drupal camps. And again, it's in a calendar view, so it makes it's a different way to digest the information, shall we say. Another handy link on this site is the groups link. And basically, this just takes you to a little bit of a more direct way of filtering and looking for groups rather than using the main search box. So if I was looking for mapping groups, this gives me 2 results, whereas the main text search would give me a lot of results. From here I can see, how many members there are currently, and there's a link to join or a link to go look at the page itself. And there are hundreds and hundreds and thousands of topics. So if I actually go to the location and mapping group, which is probably what I was looking for here, each group page can be set up a little differently in the landing page. And you'll notice I need to log in order to join the group. I can't just join it anonymously. I'll need to actually have an account. Another great reference that a lot of people don't know about is api.drupal.org. And this is where all of our, anything that's written in code, the documentation that is in the code that comes with it, which is pretty extensive, is shown on api.drupal.org, which is created with the API module, so you could create your own version of api.drupal.org if you wanted to. The last of the official Drupal.org properties is association.drupal.org. And the Drupal Association is the organization which basically handles money and keeps things going for the community. Their mission is to provide for the community, and that includes things like running DrupalCons, supporting local events, running the Drupal.org infrastructure, which supports all of these websites that we've been looking at, making sure that those things are taken care of. And you can get all the information that you need about who the association is, what they're currently working on, and what's going on with that on the association's website. And lastly, we have the Drupalcon sites. Each Drupalcon has its own website that is set up and maintained by the Drupal Association and the local community who is running the Drupalcon. All of the websites that we've been looking at use a single sign-on system, so you only need one account in order to log into all of these websites and use them and get the benefits that having a member account would give you. Now, the way to get your account is to go to Drupal.org and click on the Login Register tab. This takes you to the login screen, but right next to it is a link for Create New Account. So once I go there, I need to, fill out the form. It's like most other account creation forms you're going to find on the web. I don't have to put my personal information in here, but it's just handy if you don't mind sharing that information. And I'll put my country, which is required, just so that we know where people in our community are coming from and sort of where we're spread around the world. You can see I get this message once I submit the form that I'm going to have an email. So I'm going to go to my inbox here and see that I have the email. It has a bunch of starter information, but the important link here is this one. It's my one-time login link. So I'm going to click on that, and it's going to send me to Drupal.org to log in and immediately reset my password. I'm going to go ahead and just put in the password that I would like to use. You'll see that there are other items on here. None of them are required. Personal contact form, if you want people to be able to email you, but without exposing your email address through the site, you can use that. But I'll go ahead and just save my settings as they are. And now you can see I have my account set up. And there are a number of other things that I can do. You can see we have all these other tabs across the top. And so I can add in things about my Drupal life, my mentors and contributions. Personal information lets me put in a little bit more about myself, like what my personal website may or may not be. Work, where I've worked, who I've worked with, those kinds of things. You can sign up for various newsletters, which, there's security announcements and the general Drupal newsletter. It's a good way to kind of stay in touch if you are into getting email newsletters. It's a great way to make sure that you're keeping up with what's happening. And then you can have multiple email addresses. Now, you always have your primary one, but this is mostly for Git access, where you might want to have a different email address for your Git information. And then I can set up various notifications. Normally you set this up like for an individual project, like a module that you're following. You want to see all the issues for, something like that. And then SSH keys, again, has to deal with Git. So if you have a Git account, you can deal with those things. But you can see this is my basic account, and it has just my basic information on my profile page. And if I go to somebody else's profile page, so this is not my account that I'm logged in as, I can view somebody else's. You can see what a more filled out account might look like with personal information and work and all the projects that I've worked on and those kinds of things. So that's sort of a, you can put as much or as little information into your profile as you like. You can track the posts that people have been involved with, and you can also look at commits and see what kind of code people have been working on. So this is all part of your public profile, because this is a different account than the one I'm logged in. You'll also notice that we have this contact tab that I was talking about earlier that I could set up. So Add One Son has the contact form enabled, and you can see that I can send an email, but there's no email address. I don't know what Add One Son's email address is. It's not being exposed to me. Last cool thing that we should play with our new Drupal.org account is our dashboard. So this is customizable, so we can set it up the way that we like for how we want to be using Drupal.org. So we sort of have a landing page that has the information that's most important to me rather than other people. So you can drag and drop and move things around. And I can also delete and add blocks. So let's say I want to get rid of this Drupal news block. I just hit X, get rid of it. But if I go to add this block, I can put that block back in again. And then, of course, I can drag and drop that to the location I want it to be in. So you can see we have your posts and your commits, just like on the public profile. There's also your issues and your projects, if you are involved in projects and issues. And also from the dashboard, we can go to our profile. This is the same as clicking the logged in as link in the header on Drupal.org. That's the page it's taking me to, is the profile tab on my dashboard. And you can see I can edit my account from here if I want. So if I need to change things that are going on, I can deal with that by doing it from my profile. So in addition to my profile and my cool dashboard on Drupal.org, I also now have a little bit more going on groups.drupal.org. Because again, remember, this is a single sign-in account. So if I reload this page, I'm logged in as Addy Demo on Drupal.org. So now I'm logged in on groups.drupal.org. And now this link has changed to a join link, so I can join this group and get email notifications of conversations that are going on and generally be a more active member of the group. I can create my own discussions, wiki pages. I can see the other members of the group. So just getting that simple account gives me access to a lot of things. You'll see that the profile on groups.drupal.org is different. You have different notifications than what you had on Drupal.org. So you can tailor them specifically to what's going on in your groups versus your general Drupal.org issues, say, or something like that. So we get access to all of those websites and the sort of extra fun things and benefits of having an account and being a member. Plus, you have a name in the Drupal community, and that's no small thing.